Anything. We're excited about the Friday night game. We understand we're playing a good team. Penn State's been one of the top teams in our conference for 3 years now. We understand the challenge. We talking about our football team. We're getting, hopefully we'll get a couple of injured guys back. But again, the guys that we will line up with, we feel good about. Offensively, I know a lot of you want to know about A.J. Bush. He's getting better. Any injury that I normally talk on, the guys are getting better. If somebody's out for the year or something, I'll let you know that. It's not the case. So we have a couple other players that are, bruised up a little bit, but we have a little bit of time to get them back. Take your question.
Lovie, despite the loss, did you feel a lot of positives coming out of?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I kind of started the press conference off with a little bit. Yes, we got better in a lot of ways, all different positions. Offense, defense, special teams. There were things that we liked. There were things that we could build on. Things that will springboard us to more success in the future. Absolutely. Started fast. We haven't started the way we wanted to the previous 2 games. Better this past week with that. And then we had an opportunity to win right up until the last play. A lot to build.
What's the challenge this week of getting ready for a Friday night game and a good Big Ten opponent?
Well, the opponent, of course, that gets your attention, just in itself, knowing who's coming into town. The challenge with a short week, Friday night game, you move everything up. I mean, we knew the schedule, would come into play for a long period of time. So again, today was a normal Tuesday practice for us. We've already gotten into practice against Penn State, so we feel like we're on the road to getting ready. Friday night, we'll be in good shape.
How are guys like James Milan and Sidney Brown progressing?
I'm sorry?
How are guys like James Milan and Sidney Brown progressing?
James Milan?
Jamal Holman.
Yeah, I could have let you go with that. Jamal's getting better. Don't know if he'll be ready to go this week. Sidney Brown, same thing. All of our guys are getting better. I mentioned A.J. Bush, guys that didn't play an awful lot last week. The short, playing, of course, a day early doesn't help that case any, but again, they make progress.
Coach, some of the Big Ten coaches don't like the Friday game. You seem very positive about it. Tell me, what's different? Why do you like it?
I don't know why others. We kind of like play football. Whenever they tell us to play, we're in favor of that. No, I think it goes back to I think everybody who plays college football had Friday night games, so we're used to that. There's something about night games in general, but Friday night's pretty special. I understand normally that's reserved for high school games, but to mix in a couple college games each week is a big deal. Our team, as a general rule, Friday night we go for entertainment, go to see a movie. But lately, our team would rather see a college game on Friday night. So for us to have the stage pretty much by ourselves that night is pretty exciting.
So you're not going to go to the movie
That night, no, we plan on having a little bit different entertainment that night.
Coach, the defense has been starting to take the ball away a little bit more through these first 2 games. How have they, kind of found that identity in that defensive system?
We should have that identity. I mean, and because it's, when you brought up with that, that's how all our defensive players have been brought up. We should know the importance of taking the football away. We have done a good job with that the previous 2. We have a goal of at least 3. We didn't get that this past week. One more takeaway could have been the difference in that game. We're not there yet, but hopefully we'll get there. But believe me, we will keep harping on that to get that done.
Lovie, what does Chase McLaughlin mean to your team? What does he allow you to do?
I think you look at both of our specialists. Blake Hayes, we know what he's been able to, just for the defense, backing him up, placements of the ball. That's a weapon. Same thing with Chase McLaughlin. This past week, we were playing a great returner. a lot of different ways to try to take him out of the game. One is just to boom the ball out of the end zone. As you can see, Chase has worked awful hard to get stronger, and we see that in his strength, his leg strength. But it's about being accurate too with those field goals. Right before the half, it gave us a big boost. So very pleased with what those guys have done.
He doesn't talk much about himself, Chase. But how has he added that leg strength, and what has Bob done with him to increase his productivity?
I think this, as a, sometimes kickers get labeled a little bit, but Chase would, soccer player going up, he's an athlete. And all of our guys, our three players are that way. They realize the importance of being, number one, to be one of the other guys. A lot of times we tend to push the kickers out, in a different direction, but they're a part of the guys. But in the end, strength matters for every position, and our players realize it.
Doesn't the good punting also help the offense as far as placement?
It definitely helps the offense with first placing the ball down there, defense getting the ball back, field position as much as anything. Absolutely.
Coach,
And that's what our kickers have done a great job with. We've kind of, talked a little bit about Blake, everything we've asked Blake to do, from the placement, hanging it up there, to just eliminate that part of what an opponent may bring. I'm talking about the part of the return game.
Coach, I know you kind of took it easy on Mike Epstein's reps in the first couple games. What was the reasoning behind, opening it up a little bit for him and getting him 24 touches against USF? And what did you see from him?
As you start off, Mike's coming back from an injury, and we have three running backs that we like. And Dre Brown can give us some plays too. So you want to, all the guys feel like that they can have an opportunity to help their team win. In the end, though, you get to a point where you go with the guy that gives you the best chance to have success. Mike, last couple of weeks, has really stepped up his game. He's a good football player. Again, whether it's catching the ball, that was had a couple good catches in the game. Of course, running the football. So we'll continue to lean on it. That game just dictated that we do it that way.
Yeah, you look at film and you watch this offensive line run block. What did you see from him?
In order for a running back to have success, offensive line has to do some good things. We did a good job, especially in the run game, run blocking. Not as well, probably in the passing game. Run game wise, again, there were a lot of holes. I think we had, 17 explosive plays in that game. Starts up front.
Yeah, and what can you do to help that pass blocking game, especially that last possession with MJ too?
We'll keep working on it. All right, just a quick answer to it. Block better. We block well in the running game, passing game wise, just didn't get it done. We'll do better at that this week.
I know you talked Saturday after the game about the 5 guys that are suspended, that later in the week you would assess their situation. Is it too early in the week to determine that, or is it more like a situation will be up closer to game time?
All of our guys are day-to-day. They're day-to-day. They've been practicing. Guys that have been suspended have practiced every day with the rest of the team. Nothing changed today.
How much of that offensive line improvement has been the continuity through the first 3 games?
Has to help when you can keep the same group together. It has to. And they have gotten a lot of time together, playing together. I think it helps the confidence a little too. Of course, when you talk about those explosive plays, they know where it starts. And they know how big a part they've had in it. And still young players that are getting better and better each week. It's been a big challenge for them this week. We played some good teams. It's been the best team we've played. I know the offensive line is looking forward to that challenge.
Probably for you haven't seen the full potential of the offense quarterback, but you mentioned a positive running game, pass start. What has Lovie Smith's impact been on this offense, and what can it be as you bring those parts back?
I think as you look at just what we've done these first 3 games, first couple scored over 30 points. This last week, even though the numbers were down, there were signs. There was a lot of hope. We left a lot of plays out there, like we have a few games, but in the passing game, running game wise, I think you can see what we can be. Passing game wise, though, we just haven't been able to really get that going yet. But that's a yet. As you go through on what the offense has brought us, a lot of flexibility, a lot of different ways we can go. And I'm just looking forward to seeing us take that next step. And again, I'm going to say with the passing game, we can do that.
Can you go back to when you were interviewing Rod Smith, go back to that time, just what stood out to you about his offensive mind, or just, those little things that you didn't know about him that you learned, and, certain things that stood out beyond knowing his system?
Well, I think first it started off with the system. I mean, his point, statistics, look at that. That's what initially got my attention. I think once you meet somebody face to face, now it's like your partner. You meet, something clicks right away, say this could be a good marriage. That's how it was with Rod and I right away. We feel stronger and stronger each day. Like the leadership that he's brought to the offensive side of the football, just like I love the leadership Hardy Nickerson brings to the defense, and Bob Ligashevsky each day. Again, a plan as much as anything. And the plan offensively, we haven't really reached our full potential yet. That's what's exciting a little bit. We talked about Mike coming along in the running game. Again, there's another part of our offense that we haven't seen yet.
MJ is in a game in 2 quarters worth, and what have you liked and what have you been able to see continue to?
Well, he's led us to 1 win, all right, and this week he had us in position. The things that we need to improve are things that any quarterback will be talking about after his first start. And you just can't really prepare them for everything that's going to happen in the course of the game. There were so many learning situations in that game for MJ. But in the end, he had the ball in his hand, we had the ball in our hand, with a chance to win the game at the end of the game. In order for that to happen, the quarterback has to make a lot of great decisions throughout that game. That's what MJ has done. This next step for him, though, clean up some of those things. Offensively, another thing that we've done a good job of is just protecting the ball. We talk taking the ball away on the defensive side, ball security on the offensive side.
Well, I know you front four for a lot of pressure. Just how would you evaluate their non-conference points?
Man, it's hard for me, Jeremy, to go back that far now, but I think it's been good. This past week, we batted down a lot of balls, to get as many sacks as we would like, but again, they play hard, they show up. We've dealt with a few injuries. Hopefully we'll get a couple guys back, get a little bit more depth there, and in an ideal world, of course, we're going to play a couple guys at every position, and hopefully we'll get to that before long.
Penn State, they obviously have a lot of strengths. What do you see are the biggest ones, and you try to mitigate some of them?
All biggest strengths. I mean, when you're as big as underdog, what are we underdog? I don't pay attention to that an awful lot. Somebody let me know about how many. When you're that big underdog, I mean, when you start talking about their strength and talk about their program, how about we start with the quarterback? Sorely, heck of a player. Mobile, accurate on the ball, good athlete, plays with a defensive mentality. Running game wise, yeah, they don't, Barkley in there anymore, but they're stable running back, good, wide out, line. Just kind of go down the list. They have good players at most of their positions. Other side of the football, starts up front, athletic, size, all that. These are the kind of games, where we are with our program, we look forward to this challenge. When you play an opponent like this, you want to play them at home. I'm going to show up excited about seeing exactly how much improvements we can make and how we come back from adversity. Normally that sends you one way or the other. Just know the direction it's going to send up.
Generally speaking, what kind of style do you see Penn State playing?
Offense, defense,
Yeah.
spread offense on the offensive side. 4 men in front on the defensive side.
As far as preparing the quarterbacks, is this week look similar to last week, but try to get AJ back, but also make sure AJ's just as well?
Yeah, that's how we do it with everybody. If they're healthy, start season AJ, we've got to start quarterback. He had an injury, next guy stepped up. That's where we are right now. AJ's ready to go, he'll go. If not, we look at our lot. As we go through the week, they'll tell us a lot more about that.
Coach, how do you judge your safety play in fast passing games? I know big plays were causing concern for you, kind of mentioned.
How do we judge our safety play? I get around, guys, these questions are kind of broad a little bit. Everybody has a job to do each play. I mean, plus, minus. Add up to the pluses and the minuses. That's what we kind of get with a little bit. If there are big plays, they stand out. Bad plays are kind of bad. I mean, that's the basic way that everybody grades something that you do. Questions? Thank you very much.
All right.